All right. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Portland Trail Blazers full game highlights, review, and reaction. Let's get right into it. As you can see, Nurk's back in the starting lineup. Justice Winslow was available also this game. So a couple of the guys back. I know Nurk was back last game as well. He was a step slow, so looked like Nurk was ready this game, playing a little faster. Understanding he had the advantage in this game, being that the Nets don't have anybody, or don't have the weight down low. They have some height, a little bit of height, but and length, but they don't have any weight. So they don't have nobody that can push Nurk or get him out of there. We even saw one play Kevin Durant was leaning with all the weight he could to keep Nurk from getting close to the rim in the paint, but he got called for the blocking foul. Interior defense was a little shaky again today. That honestly, the Nets really don't have. I mean, they have the good lob action, but you don't want the Brooklyn Nets to dominate inside the paint. It's going to be a long game if Ben Simmons and the rest of the squad is getting a lot of action in the paint. They're eating a lot in the paint. Nice lob right there to the rookie Shaedon Sharpe. Coach Billups did a good job of finding more minutes for him. I mean, it wasn't really like it was that hard. The kid was playing great, and he was in a rhythm, and he was on point defensively as far as what was supposed to be done. As you can see him moving a little quicker. Nice shot by Joe Harris, but even right there, you can see how quick he wasn't thinking. He was just reacting and getting to where he was needed. That's really important. That's really important. See Eubanks with the nice finish there. I know this was a good game or a game where you would definitely expect to see the small lineup as we did. You would definitely expect to see a smaller lineup out there to keep up with the Nets. Quick pace, I should say. They're not the fastest team. I wouldn't consider them to be a fast team. But when Ben Simmons gets going, he's pushing the ball. They like to get up shots quick, when that's the case. As we see a nice little pick and pop right there by Ben Simmons, corner three from Patty Mills. The perimeter defense, I thought was nice sidestep from Dame right there. Perimeter defense was well as far as, now when I speak of perimeter defense, I'm speaking about guarding the three. Did a good job guarding the three. Like I said, the Nets have some length out there, so it's Kevin Durant. But the damage was done in the paint, and there was no. That shot right there from Shaedon Sharpe. That's not if that's what you have to look forward to. Yes, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem. But there was no. It wasn't like a nice flow offensively to the game, especially being at home. I mean, once you get things rolling, as it looked like they were getting, in the second quarter right here. So we'll see Shaedon with the finish from Dame. It looked like we were getting things rolling, so you would expect, we're at home. Let's start getting downhill and let's get it going. It didn't work out that way. Like, it seemed somehow, the rhythm was thrown off again, and you want to give Brooklyn the credit for that they were doing something defensively. But I didn't really see it out. I didn't see anything out there really that they were doing. Nice shot defensively to make us shoot 38% from the field for the game, for the entire game, like at home. That really that was a little perplexing right there. We shot, well from three. Nice, not right there by Ant. The effort was there. I mean, it wasn't like guys were out here not putting forth the proper effort or just blowing assignments. It was nothing like that. As you can see, there's instances where it looks like we're going to pull away. Just the Nets kept fighting, kept making timely baskets to stay in the game. Caught us in some rotations and took advantage of it. I know they went on it was like an 11-0 run twice or something like a couple 11-0 runs or something like that, 9-0 runs. I mean, this game was definitely a game of runs. And again, the NBA, I mean, most games are. But you definitely want to try to manufacture your own runs and cap what other teams are capable of doing when they go on their runs. Ant right there, nice getting out in the open and finishing. It's good to see when Ant is just being Ant. I mean, he has responsibilities that he has to, especially when Dame isn't in. He can't just do whatever. He has to facilitate and get guys some good shots and things like that as well. And he's doing that, and he'll get better and better at that. But with doing that, we don't want him to lose track of just being that assassin that he is, that cold-hearted assassin. As you see Kevin Durant with the nice finish. And honestly, the Nets were, again, like I said last game, nobody is taking the Trailblazers lightly anymore. And you can see that during this game, as we see back the nice three right there to match the three that the Nets just hit. That was nice. Shaedon Sharpe, like I said, Shaedon Sharpe did good. And he was able to get in the fourth quarter, and that's because of what he was doing on defense and the matchups. It's all about matchups again, which is why, I was expecting Nurk to have a big game against the Brooklyn Nets, especially getting the majority of the minutes. As we see Kevin Durant with the finish, Nurk right down the lane. That's tough right there. And and the turnovers it was only about 9 turnovers. So you want to take advantage of that. The Nets had, I don't know exactly how many, but I definitely know they had more than 9 turnovers. So we won the turnover battle when we usually, we're in the double figures easily. So for us this was a nice move by Dame. It was almost shocking to see that we were able to take control of the ball for the most part, but come away with the loss. But again, from a tip, and again, in this situation, I love how the team showed poise. Again, you're learning things that you want to do in these situations, for the future. And keeping your poise right there, that's playoff type basketball right there. You're down 5 with 1:30 left, and you're not just running up the court jacking up threes. And we see teams do that. Like right now, we still see teams do it. That tip was crazy. Dame and Josh were crashing down like they were supposed to help out on the rebounding, doing a great. And we know Josh is a great rebounder for his size and his position. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and we're doing a good job of it. Just Royce was able to get that hand up there and somehow guide that ball in. But you saw the effort was there. Just shots weren't going in. A little bit of continuity issue as far as just guys kind of. I love how Ant just said, "Screw it, I'm gonna just go." But even a couple of times, Ant's wondering. Dame, you got it, or we're going to Jeremy. Jeremy kind of was back in the cut, which is fine for when he's not needed. But this was probably one of those games where we needed Jeremy to be a little more active offensively, especially if he was going against Kevin Durant or even Royce O'Neal, to keep these guys busy so they don't have all the energy that they had to come back in, on offense and do it and do what they're doing, and vice versa. You want to make them work on offense so that on defense, they suffer. So this is a good game to learn from. Had an opportunity to win, even though you didn't have the flow right. You shot a low percentage, with under 40% from the field at home. So I mean, these are the things everything's not always silver lining, but when you look back on some of these things, you're like, okay, well, this is definitely a game that we could have won with these bad circumstances as far as shooting percentage, and you expect to shoot better at home. You expect to have more of a flow, a rhythm, more continuity at home, more energy, So we'll see those things rise and continue to get better. And this is just a learning experience. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.